Hey guys, my name's Alberto, and welcome to my show, Dating, Family, and Friends. Actually, our show, Dating, Family, and Friends. Today's subject is going to be about marriage. Um, I decided to do this out of just like this because I have a big storage room full of stuff. It's so big that it took me like 4 days to take out stuff and reorganize it. And my brother and my mom and other family wants to go see the eclipse. I do not get along with my brother, which is has to do with dating, family, and friends, but that's not today's subject. They want to go see the eclipse. They were supposed to come. I had the house to myself to clean the storage room, and they were supposed to get here on Tuesday, and it is now Wednesday, and I don't know what time they're coming. I'm too afraid to call. I do not get along with my brother. Um, I feel that guy is one family member didn't care about my future. He was not there when I needed him. I asked him directly to just say to help me with concerning my future. And one day I needed him, and he was not there. And that day got totally trashed. My future was destroyed that day. You can't get it back. If y'all want to ask me about that, go ahead and ask me whenever you can, comment or whatever. But I don't want to get into that because people say I complain too much about that subject concerning my future. Um, so I'm like, they're not. I don't know when they're coming. I'm just gonna go and see if they go ahead and do a video on dating, family, and friends about marriage, and hopefully they won't come in here and interrupt me. But let me get into the subject of marriage, which is again today's topic. What you're gonna get out of this is that I'm gonna give you my opinion about marriage. I am married. I've been married for like 15 years, so I have a right to talk about it. I'm gonna give you a opinion on my marriage. Every marriage is different. For example, I do not have children. We do not have children. So I know, in my opinion, there's a lot of couples. There's more couples out there that have children because you see them everywhere. And I hardly ever hear about couples that don't have children. Although I do have a sister that is married and does not have a child uh, due to a circumstance me and my wife had that we're too sick. Me and my wife have type 2 diabetes, and we're sick of a lot of stuff. Diabetes, cause a whole bunch of other health issues. So I do have a lot of common sense also. I'm not a therapist, but I have a lot of common sense. I'm gonna tell you for my common sense stuff, and judge me if I have common sense or not. If you think I don't have judge it, you don't have if you think I don't have common sense, you can always comment and tell me if you want, or keep it to yourself. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Um, but I know I have common sense. So I want this to be more about you than me. For you is like if I touch on subjects, you're like, oh yeah, that happened in my marriage, or that's what Alberto was talking. Oh, I can identify. Some of you are gonna do that. Some of you might be like, what's he talking about? My marriage is not like that. I'm like, oh well, at least hopefully I can help some of you guys. Some of you guys that are in my shoes, and maybe some of y'all are not in my shoes. You can at least learn and see things from my perspective. Correct? So I'm babbling too much. Now we're gonna get started. I already like explained to you what you can get out of this, and I'm gonna freestyle here because I'm doing this off a whim. I had an opportunity to do it. I have not done videos for my channels, and I have to catch up because of that storage room. I really had to clean it. And the other thing is my brother's here. Yeah, I'm making excuses and stuff, but I don't want to do anything. My brother's here. I don't like him. I don't want him catching me doing a video. I don't want him criticizing me. Him and my mom are just downers. They don't want me to do anything. But they want me to be a loser. And once my brother leaves, then I can do stuff. All right, let's get started. About marriage. Marriage. Maybe I should start from the beginning. I did not get married like I was supposed to. I only knew my wife when we were dating like 2 months, and I popped the question. The reason I popped the question is we were getting to know each other and stuff. Everything was going great. I didn't love her. I even told her, why don't we, we'll fall in love together while we go do the process because we're gonna get married by the Catholic Church. Now I hope some of y'all are not hating because I'm Catholic. We get crucified by everybody. So think about that once if you want to turn your back on me. A lot of people don't like Christians. Why, I don't know. Everybody should. This is America, the United States of America. Everybody should freedom of religion, respect everybody's religion. But the world's crazy right now, especially right now. A lot of people are devilish as well. So, anyways, the one reason I wanted to get married was I was already old. I wanted to get married as soon as possible, right? If I could, when I graduated, I could have got married. I mean, I would want to get married, but for one, I need the right person. Two, I didn't even know how to work, and I'm not good at finding jobs. I definitely couldn't work when I was going to high school because I'm not smart enough. I was barely passing high school. I don't know how people can work and go to high school. If you can, kudos. I have all respect. I can't do that. Two, well, I'll talk about the subject with my brother. People are gonna get mad about this, but I don't know why. But I wanted to play high school football. That was my dream. I would have gave up everything for that. I would have died for the sport. I was good at it. I could have done it. My brother didn't. He did not support me, and if he did support me, what happened was the coaches ended up getting mad at me because I was actually responsible to try to go to spring training, and I interrupted a meeting, and the head coach got mad at me and put me aside and told me he was not gonna, not to interrupt his meeting. I'm like, screw this guy. And this was gonna be my freshman year. I was trying to get info and all, and I forgot my point about that. Anyways, so in a way you could say, I'll just say that it's true that I was like, after that my dream died, I was like, I was not into anything that much. For example, I went to the university and I ended up quitting because my heart was not in it. I wanted to play football, that's all I wanted to do, and everything was, so I didn't have a chance at playing college ball. I was out of shape and didn't play. You have to play high school football to do that, kind of technically, and anyways, my dream was done. So my thing was, I wanted to get married. So, oh yeah, I was talking about, if I had it my way, I would have got married after high school. It's not possible. I didn't have the person, and I could not work. I'm stuck at having jobs, and I was not gonna get a high paying job to pay the bills and all to get married anyways. So I'm dating and I start working security. That is not enough to sustain a family. I don't even know how to make loans or any of that stuff. Kapui. I just can't do those things. I'm not good at it. So I am working security and I'm already like at 32, 33, something like that. And I'm like, and I had dated girls and things just didn't fall through. Actually, I did get married, but it was I like, or now I'm forgetting because it was so short. It was at I got married like at 28 and she was 24, and we didn't get married by church. I was so lonely. I wanted to get married quick, which was, I'm surprised nobody said this. My parents didn't tell me anything, but I would think that pushed me to go get married by the Catholic Church, which is a big hassle. You gotta freaking go like through 6 months of classes or something like that. I don't remember, but it's a hassle. A lot of paperwork. I was feeling so lonely. I wanted to be so married and be with somebody. My family makes me feel lonely, and I figured that out. I'm the baby of the family, and they're kind of like whatever says goes, whatever I say doesn't matter. Screw them. You know, I kind of don't blame them, but man, they were not there for my future, not even for that. But I know I'm smarter than most of them. Not technically wise and having a job could gain a house and car wise, but I'm common sense wise. But I have to problems to this day. But that made me lonely. That made me want to. Now I even want to get married even more. Because I want to, have somebody there that I love and is not gonna judge me and know me and my past and all that stuff. And I really didn't do anything in my past wrong. I think my family did more in my past, but they don't like me for certain things, and I don't like them. I don't did it. And it's cool because the reason I don't like them is they don't like me. Why are you gonna like somebody that doesn't like you? So my marriage to my first wife, I learned a lesson. It was a joke. I was only with her technically for a week. Not technically. Well, I was actually physically there for a week. And one day I told her, this is not gonna work. You know I don't love you, right? And that's a whole nother story, man. To make a long story short, I needed her to prove to me that she loved me, and she didn't. To me, I like get ready for the wedding. You need to help me because I don't make enough money. And the way she proved it to me was, which she knew I didn't like. She went up going on vacation somewhere. I'm like, we're about to get married. You're not supposed to be going on vacation. You're supposed to save up money. And she's like, no, we planned this trip, even before I met you, which is I think that was crap because I know I was with her for a year. Maybe there was some truth to it, but they were playing it 2 years, whatever. I'm like, well, I should come first because I'm gonna marry you. And like, no, she ran off and stuff like that. And when she came back, I'm like, you know what? I really don't want. I'm not into this no more. You did that. You went on vacation. Everything was great. And you got to ruin it by going on vacation. When you know you're getting married, you know you have to save every money to have a good wedding. And yeah, she came back, and I was not into her no more. She started harassing me. She started stalking me, stuff like this. Man, I shouldn't even be telling you this because I was not planning on. I was planning on talking about my regular marriage, but she harassed me to the point I'm like screw it. All right, fine, let's get married. We got married, and I did not. Of course, I did not change my tune. Hello, made a mistake. I married her. We didn't even get married by the church like I was supposed to, which was to me, it was in my eyes, it was bad luck, because I am Christian. I've been going to, we ended up getting a place and getting married there. And a week later, I want to get out of this because I want to talk about regular marriage, not this, but a week later, I'm like, we're at the table sitting in our apartment. I'm like, you know what, this is not gonna work. And I ended up trying to get away from her. It took a while, but I got away from her. Ended up going to my house. My dad was in the hospital and he was sick, and she goes over there. And she's like, she convinced my dad to stay with us at my parents' house, which I was staying. And I told her, okay, we're not together. Whatever, you're staying here. I'm staying here. She didn't want to go home because she was afraid of going home and having her parents yell at her. So I told her, I can talk to anybody I want. And we are not together. I don't want you here. I told my parents I don't want you here. Now I was working graveyard at the time, but I told her, no, one day she caught me talking to another girl on the phone. I'm like, we're not. She came in, what are you doing? I'm like, we're not together. What are you bugging me for? They're letting you stay here. We're separated. I can talk to whoever I want. She's like, yeah, what are you talking to another female for? I told you we're separated. Why don't you understand? I don't want to be with you. The marriage is over. So I go to work, and then she goes into my storage room and she throws like all my stuff out. It had to be worth one. All that stuff together she threw out was I had so much stuff. It was in one storage room in the house, and it was at least $1,500 to $2,000 stuff thrown away. Came back, all my stuff was gone. Called the sheriff. You can't do nothing. Of course, they're lazy. They don't want to do anything. Y'all are married, and she, she has a right to your stuff. Like, well, some of that stuff wasn't even mine. They're lazy. They don't want to do anything. So I reported it stolen. And I'm like, well, at least, she had a 1%, 2% chance to get with me out of 100%, but now it's 0%. So she was gone. Man, I was crying over my stuff. I wasn't crying over her. I was crying over my stuff. She's the one stupid enough. Because at the time, I believed in true love, and, you got to give it your all. And once we got married, to me, it was going to be sealed. But she did this, she screwed up before we got married. And I was stupid enough to give in because she was harassing and stalking me. So that was over. And I started dating again. And I did everything mostly. 95% of my stuff was online dating. Everybody I dated. For the exception of my first girlfriend, I met her through a girl I went with college, and the girl I was dating was a girl in high school. He was a senior. And maybe somebody else, somebody girl I met at the beach was dating. Other than that, everybody else I dated was on the internet. And my thing was, I was too picky, man. I was picky. That's something that hurt me a lot. I could have met somebody great, but I was picky about stuff, about the way they looked or their height, whatever. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm smart enough to know if I wasn't picky, I would have probably found somebody great. Well, anyways, when I'm working security, and I think at age 33 or 34, I met my wife through online. My future wife, I met her. Don't ever do this. I don't recommend it. But I only knew her when we were dating for my future wife. I knew her like 2 months only, then we got married. And all I can say is we're still married to this day. I ended up not liking her. Well, to tell you the truth, I wanted somebody to come be with me in my house, watch movies, and be happy. And I'm a type of person that's like, if something happens, I'm like, I'm not gonna like this in the future, and it was right. Her mom was sick at the time we got married. We got married by church. We did it, well, for us, in our eyes, not to anybody, we did it the correct way. We did it by church because I come from a Catholic family. I just want to throw in, I'm not 100% believe in everything the Catholic Church does. I know they hurt people and stuff like that in certain ways. I know there's corruption just like anywhere else. But, my thing is about Jesus and God, not about the people that run the church. Some of them are good, but some of them are bad, man. There's a lot of bad ones out there, bad apples. They don't do things right. Anyways. So we get married by the church in her town, which I was being selfish at one point. I didn't know any better. I wanted to have the wedding here at my town. But, I guess it's more of you see, things are not equal like you think. It's more about the bride, what she wants, not what the groom wants. So I'm like, okay, we'll go there. But we're going to come live over here where I live. So I get married in her town. We had to go through all the Catholic stuff, all the red tape, go meet with the priest and do the paperwork and wait and take classes and stuff like that. Okay, I guess. We did all that. Got married by the church. And we live far away from each other, like 50 miles away from my hometown for her hometown. I had to go drive with her, go see her and stuff like that. I think sometimes she would come over here. She had a car too. Mm, one major thing is I found out like I did not like her family. I thought they were ghetto. They to this day they're still ghetto. They're more into Mexican culture. I act like a white boy. I don't like my culture. Sorry to say, I don't like it. I don't like the music. I act like a white boy. They play like ranchero folk music, which is weak. I don't like it. Men that listen to that here, I feel sorry for them. That's not, to my opinion, it's not manly music. Manly music is, hey, let's just put it this way. When I did play for a semi-pro football team, which is nothing. It's kind of like playing for free, in shoulder pads and everything. And I need to go out to some Metallica music to pump me up. I need to go to get out to some AC/DC. I cannot go out with ranchero music. If you go with ranchero music, you look like an idiot, especially in my town. Even other guys from other towns would come, and you have to come out to that. What is wrong? I think I heard of one town that came out to ranchero music, folk music, and it looked stupid. You don't look like a man. You look like a woman. No offense to y'all women, but men, we need to do manly stuff. You know, we need to at least try to. And my wife's family is like that, and hope she's not seeing this video. But what I tell you, I have told her, of course, and she would probably get mad, like nobody needs to know our business. I'm like, well, nobody knows who you are. You don't come out of my videos. um, that's what I would say. To me, they just ghetto. They have family members that have mothers. I'd rather go work at a job 50 miles away and not take care of the kids and stuff. That kind of ghetto. I don't like that. I believe you need to have two parents to take care of a child. At least try to do things correctly. You're already screwing up if one parent's not in the mix. We could get into a whole bunch of that. I guess we can even get into that. And they, no offense to them, but they're not married. And to us, I'm not saying anything bad about people that have children that uh that are not married, but with my family and her family, they're Catholic. We're from the same religion, and people are biased about it. Like you need to get married by the church. But if I have friends that have children, which I do, they have children not married. That's their thing. That's fine. They are not blood, but here it's just that's just the way it is. I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's the way it is over here, and it's just not me. If you're in the Catholic Church, you have families that go to a Catholic church, and you're saying God bless you and all this stuff or you talk about God, which my family and her mom was like that, talked about God openly in the kitchen and stuff. Well, I'm like, okay, you're a Catholic family. So if you have a child, which they do, well, they have a brother, an older brother that you're not married by the church, you look bad. And everybody's being cowardly like today. Don't say anything. I openly said it. It's like, it's not right that you're part of the Catholic Church and your family's Catholic and your parents are Catholic. It was mainly her mom, but you're not supposed to be doing that. Again, I'm not trying to offend people that do not have, that are not married and having children. That just in the Catholic community, if you're considered Catholic family. And my wife's mom ended up passing away, and God rest her soul. But after that, they stopped going to church and making excuses, and they're just acting like Sodom and Gomorrah over there. Again, I'm not. I'm not. I just don't want to offend you guys. I don't. But that's how Catholic. Now, not trying to offend anybody from anything, but it's just the way it is in the Catholic community. If you're considered Catholic, so I'm saying they're ghetto. I'm just going by my rules and regulations. What the church says, even though. And even though I don't like the people there, even if you change people, the regulations are still the same in the church. And my family opinion not gonna change. And I can admit I was a bad guy. I told my family all about it. Hey, their brother not married, that's against the Catholic Church. Okay, I don't know. It's up to your opinion if you think I'm doing better or not. Maybe yeah, because I'm gossiping. Me too. I'm breaking rules. I ain't perfect. But I guess we could talk about, to get to the point about marriage, about being married. To me, I believe in compromise, common sense, give and take. But I could not do that. This is my story. I could not do that. My wife compromised. To this day, I still try to compromise. And a lot of times, she just goes against my will. If I don't feel she's compromised, which she doesn't, then there's nothing I could do, and I'm going to be miserable. Well, the main thing should be number one. Let me go back. It should be you should love each other. But unfortunately, I do love my wife, but unfortunately, a lot of couples, there's so many divorces. Well, what does that mean? You're falling out of love. Maybe you were in love at one time and you're not. That's just, I don't know. Divorces up, what? I've heard 50%, but that was a long time ago. It must be 60% now. And some people, they don't, there's a whole nother generation. Well, this has been going on for a while. Not to offend anybody, people are married, are not married and having children, but they're living together. Well, it doesn't matter about the children. It's, there's a lot of people that go move into each other together. And I think a lot of that is by culture. Not everybody has parents that are married. They just have their parents living together and they do the same thing. So they see nothing's wrong with it, which there isn't anything wrong with it. Does America do? It's like do you, man, do what you want to do, And for me, technically, I could not move in with a woman because of my family. I do care what they think. I can go rogue, and I do go rogue in some things, but not that one. It's just my choice. I want to be married to the person. I'm gonna live with them. But so I was talking about compromise. A lot of time my wife doesn't compromise. That's what makes me really sad. That makes me not like. That makes me want to run away. A lot of times I wish I could just run away. I'm just like, why can't you compromise with me? Why can't you talk to me? Why are you not doing what I tell you to do? Not what I'm telling you to do, but asking you to do. The bottom line, I just think it's unfair. You don't want to compromise. So to me, if you don't want to compromise, what is there? To me, that's nothing. For example, she's always late to stuff. Always. 98% of the time she's late for stuff and it gets on my nerves. I am not a person of patience. So it kills me. So that's one, that's the compromise thing. Two, when she's at my house and we live with my mom, she's always going to the cupboards and I don't want to get mad. Actually, I'm going to get in trouble. She hears me talking about this. My mom gave her some cupboards in the kitchen. Drawers, whatever you want to call them. Well, it's the ones that are up. What do you call them, cupboards? They're long. My mom gave her four of them, which in a way is a mistake. But my wife's like, I want to cook for you. I want to cook for you. But my wife always goes to the kitchen, starts crying. Why are people taking my stuff? I'm like, well, when I went to your house, I left two items out. They were immediately removed from your family. They were getting my stuff. Your family does the same thing. They're just as bad as my family. And I don't know how it started, but now I don't even like to tell my mom, "Hey, did you see this?" Because my mom starts complaining. Oh, your wife is in it. I don't like any of them. They act like children. And I tell my wife, well, do my solution. Don't leave anything out. Take everything out, whatever. Take everything home. Because they're gonna continue to get your stuff. And my mom's an elderly woman too, but I don't think my mom is because of the age. I think she just doesn't care. I know my mom, she doesn't care. She didn't even care about my future. What makes you think she's gonna care about your stuff? The thing about the coaches in football, my mom could have easily went with me, even though she was even old back then. And good thing, I don't mean to offend you guys that are not Christians or don't believe in God and Jesus. Good thing I have a Jesus because I don't know how to get through this life. I always have someone to go to pray to. I'm not trying to force no religion on you. I'm just saying. I don't know how atheist people do it without having a God or Buddha or something, something to fall back on. Because this stuff drives me nuts. I don't, I've told family members. I don't want to mean to get in trouble with YouTube, but I'm like, well, I don't want to be here. I wish I could run away, but I can't run away because I won't survive. I'm diabetic. I need an address to live at. I need medical supplies. I don't have any friends. I have no one to stay with, and I don't trust any of my family members. And to tell you the truth, I have a lot of material things. I got video games and a lot of, stuff of my material stuff that's in my storage room. You know, I wish I could take all that with me. No, but I am like to the point where, man, I just want to take off, whatever. They just need to give me a reason, a really good reason. But I need to think about my wife. She is my wife. So I hope y'all are identifying what I'm telling you. So the first one was compromise. Two, for me, is my wife complained about stuff, and every time she complains about it, it's a turn off. I'm not. Sometimes I have a mental thing where I get angry real quick. When she starts complaining about those cupboards, I have no patience. There's times when I tell her, you know what, we're gonna watch a movie, watch it by yourself. I'm gonna go in the back room. It completely ruins an evening we have planned to do, and sometimes I have to warn her before she comes. And she's patient enough. I told her, just don't complain about that stuff, or we're not gonna have fun tonight. I have to remind her. And I'm like, is that the way you show you love me, by going to the cupboards and getting mad about stuff and then ruining the night? Is that you hurting me? Does that help me? And I will say she's not here to defend herself, but the thing is, she knows I will probably tell you all my bad qualities. To be fair, I'll try to bring out some more. The thing is, no patience. We go to the grocery store and she takes 3 hours to find stuff. I'm sick. My legs hurt. I have type 2 diabetes. My body doesn't work. I have diabetic nerve pain. My thighs and my legs get tightening after I go out somewhere. And it's very hard for me to do an hour walking. It hurts a lot. And then she doesn't care when I go to groceries with her. She's like, get another golf cart. I'm like, well, it's hard to get a golf cart on Saturday evenings. Everybody's out. A lot of disabled people are out. And at one point, I'm like, I don't want, it looks stupid. I just didn't want to get a golf cart. And even that, it tires me out, but it's worse walking. Sometimes they don't have 2 golf carts. A lot of times the golf carts don't work. And I think they're doing that delivery stuff now. Well, they've been doing it for a while, so she does that, so that's helping with that. It's like, I'm gonna tell you this, ladies. I don't know how many guys are listening. If you want something from your man, get on their good side. Learn how to get on their good side. Learn how to sacrifice. Vice versa. If a man wants something out of you, they need to be really nice to you. Which, they do it in shows a lot. And I think people, of course, do it in real life. They try to get on your good side. Like, for example, they try to give you a perfect meal or put on your favorite show on TV to get something out of you. But and it sounds bad, but to me, you need to have compromise. Try to compromise. Are you missing that one thing? I don't know. You have to tell me in the comments. I don't want to be like those shows like or mine. Like, tell me in the comments. I actually really want to know. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna put myself down. My show's not all that. People don't. One thing is I used to say false advertising. Oh no, you can't think I'm gonna be false to you. No, as I can't advertise that good. That's why I don't have that many people here. I can talk and stuff. But anyways, back to the subject. You need to have compromise, or you're gonna live hard. You're gonna have a hard time. To this day, I still have a hard time because there is no compromise. In my opinion, there's no compromise in her and my marriage. I am not happy with the world, to tell you the truth. None of it. None of it. And I'm sweating. It's hot in here. I wanted to turn on the fan, but I'm afraid it's gonna make a lot of noise in here. In your marriage, do you get tired of each other? And you have to ask yourself, be honest. Do you actually love your spouse? Do you love your wife? Do you love your husband? And if you say no, I don't blame you. I know how you feel. And you want, comment to me and say, hey, I'm not in love with my wife or my husband. You have kids. I've heard that, a lot of times, and I'm pretty sure it's true. We stay together because of the kids. We're not in love with each other. Maybe if they take off to college and we'll get divorced or separated. I don't mean to laugh. I can be bad. The reason I laugh is sometimes I do care about you guys. Let's put it this way. If you get to know me, I will really care about you. But I feel like I don't have anybody. That's why I'm laughing about stuff. But believe me, if you get to know me and are cool with me, we're cool with each other, I will love you like a sister or a brother, man. I will. But I laugh about stuff because I don't know anybody, so I don't know how the way people feel. It's like you can educate me and say, let's say I'm laughing about marriage and divorce, and I have a right to laugh about divorce because I've been divorced. But what I can say about that, like anybody else, I was young. I wasn't that young. I was 24, but it was a learning experience. I've never been married before. No, I wasn't. Was I 20? No, my first wife was 24. I was 28. And I got divorced. It was a learning experience. I could say I was stupid. Or you could say inexperienced. If you think I was dumb for doing it. Cool, but the thing is I have a lot of issues. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. And I actually, and my family, I feel like didn't care about me. A lot of times they ignored me. They ignored me so much they didn't care about my future. And you're like, well, too tough, Albert. But the thing is, it's not fair because their kids, I always was like into them. What I want them to do to me. I was like, when is their first day of my nephews and nieces? My brothers and sisters' kids? When's their first day of school? What did they do here? When's their first game? They played softball and all that stuff. I was all into them. Why couldn't my family be like that to me? They didn't care what I was doing. Not because I was the baby of the family. I'm the youngest. It's not fair, but what do they say? Life's not fair, right? Screw life, man. At least mine. And I've told people, man, if you tell me about your life and you accomplish stuff, which, if you're like a Donald Trump or even have half the money he has, then I applaud you. But we see things In a way, yeah, I applaud you, but I have to think about it because we us Christians, we think differently, even though people hate us and stuff. We're kind of like the Jewish people, although I don't want to compare myself to a Jewish person because in our Christian faith, Jewish people are better than us, even though they don't believe in Jesus. You know, the world's crazy, man. I mean, I want to say insane because everybody's saying crazy, but you like to say crazy is all good. I don't know. In my opinion, for marriage, if you're thinking about getting divorced, try to fight for a while. At least try to fix things. You know, if you get divorced, I don't blame you. If you're living with somebody, it's easier because unless you have kids, it's harder. When living with somebody, you don't have kids. That's the time to break out. Everything's going sour. Get out before you get, the female. Get out before you get pregnant, or if you're the guy, get out before you get her pregnant. If things are not working. Do you who really wants to be in a marriage or you're living with somebody that you don't want to be with them? Get out before you get pregnant or before you get somebody pregnant. That's the first time I ever said that. See, I can tell you, I can talk, man. Well, I can. That's just my opinion. If you all think I can talk, let me know. Before I forget, I have this thought in my mind that I'm gonna say it again. Well, I'll say it this way. I want to know about your marriage. I might be able to help some of y'all. And I'm not a therapist, but hey, man, take my common sense for its worth. So a lot of people don't have common sense. Maybe I can help you if you need help. You find me in my live streams or comments, and at least anything. If you need somebody to talk to, if you want, let's say you have friends who want to talk to you, but you already know what they're gonna say. You want another opinion? Look me up. I'll help you out. That's the weird thing. I've been saying I've been helping out people. I would help out people, but people don't come for me to help. But it's my fault, I guess, lack of advertising. I need more people in here. I did mess up this week. I was busy, but I don't want to force myself to do videos all the time, which I should do for you guys. But I do have depression. When I have depression, I don't feel like doing anything. You see, that's another thing that comes into our marriage: depression. What do I do? What I do with my wife when I'm depressed? When you're really depressed, and I've been diagnosed with bipolar, but I ain't bipolar, man. I would be throwing around a lot more stuff. Maybe in a way I am because I do. I'm gonna tell you something personal you might not like about me. This is a real. Uh, I do cuss a lot. I don't cuss here, but I cuss a lot. Even by myself because I get angry thoughts that pop in my mind from people that hurt me in the past. It is a problem. It doesn't make me happy, and I can't help it. And the football thing, I don't know if people want to believe me or not. Truth. I do get recurring nightmares about it. I rather be eaten. This is the weirdest thing. I rather have the zombie apocalypse happen and me be eaten by zombies than have the football dream that I'm playing football for my high school, which I didn't play, but it's the nightmare I have, and I wake up and it didn't happen. I have gotten stronger, and what I will tell you about marriage, I think this is the line, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I could tell you and say, hey guys, I've been through so much in my life. I've been through so much in my life. I'll tell you this much before I get into that. I was, at one time, they had to put me on medication because I was having family problems. And the medication was so hard on me, I was in my underwear walking around in the driveway in the rain or something like that. I didn't care. And then after I was then, and I told myself I'm not gonna. And I was on medication for a while, and I told myself mental medication, and it was not that bad. I mean, it was bad, but it was not like I was gonna attack anybody bad. It was just demons inside me and inner demons inside me, and I survived. And one day I actually told myself I'm not gonna be on medication anymore. I want to live my life the way it is. I'm gonna, no offense, I'm not gonna put my faith on you, but I use my prayer in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, for my, I'm gonna call it religion, so I don't offend you guys, but it's actually my faith. And I get mad and stuff like that, and I'm sad and all that. But once again, not to put my religion on you, I put my hope that there is a heaven. I'm gonna be happy there one day. But for me, I gotta pay my dues. For my faith in Jesus Christ, I gotta pay my dues and live this horrible life I'm living. Because I don't have luck. I'm not Donald Trump, and I don't have money. I'm not rich like Donald Trump. I'm actually very poor, and I always said it before. I'm going to. I was born poor, and I'm gonna die poor. And I do have a theory that just because you're rich doesn't mean you're necessarily happy. It's just a theory. I'm not talking from experience. That's a theory. And anybody that's rich and has, well, I don't even want to do that because I don't want to put anybody at risk. I don't want people to know that they're rich, whatever. But I would like to know if people can actually say, I'm rich, I have a lot of money, and I'm not happy. And I think it is true, but I can't prove it. It's in theory only. For me, it may not work being rich because me being on my Christian faith, I think it'll bring me down. Because in my Christian faith, it's like if you have money, that's, you heard money's the root of all evil. You know, my Jesus, my God, my Holy Spirit, they don't trust in money. It's like you can't have both. And I choose my religion. I choose Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit. They're all actually together in the Holy Trinity. But I don't want to talk about that much because I don't want to offend anybody. But that's my faith. I even tried playing the lottery. I played, I sound like a hypocrite, but the thing is, I cannot work. I can't make money and stuff like that. I even was going to try to work on the computer. I'm too sick to be walking and actually working. I was going to try to get employment through the computer and make some money to, send my wife and buy food and all that, and help my mom and all that. And that's the only way I can make money is play the lottery. My God, forgive me, please, but that's the only way. I'm stuck. So I just have to have, the good thing about my Christianity, my Christian faith, is I can always pray to my God, hey, show me the way and all that stuff. But getting back to marriage, there's a lot of topics that we can go over and stuff. I want to know about you guys. Are you, whatever you want to tell me? Don't tell me what you don't, don't tell me things that you're not comfortable with, but you can tell me, hey, I'm not married, I'm living with a guy, whatever, or I'm living with a man and we have kids, or you know, I'm married and it's not working, and I'm married with kids, you're happy. Hey man, if you want to tell me you have a happy marriage, you can tell me that too. Not everything has to be a sob story. My story is a sob story. And let me tell you all this. You can criticize me any way you want, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you, and I won't flinch on it. I am not happy. No. If you're an atheist, the atheist way says I am not. I was just not meant to be happy in this life. And I want to say through Jesus, God, and Holy Spirit is like God did not intend for me to be happy in this life, which is true. But I have seen miracles. I have seen miracles. I've been taken out of jams where I'm like, how did I get out of that? In my opinion, I shouldn't even. No offense to YouTube, but in a way, I shouldn't even be alive and stuff because I've been in car accidents and stuff like that. I've been having illnesses. How did I live to be this age? Screw illnesses and screw all that stuff. The way I'm not supposed to say that. Screw bad luck. Screw people that have been mean to me. To be fair, I've been mean to people that were totally innocent. I just had a bad day. I apologize. The only difference is, If you've been mean to people and you didn't mean to, you should apologize. Even if you're an atheist, just say in your mind, "Hey man, it's my opinion. I'm sorry what I did to that person. I was totally wrong. I had a bad day and I yelled at them or whatever." And as Christians, we're supposed to be doing that. Forgiveness and stuff like that. A lot I can't say is because I am talking about myself, but I want to know about you guys. I want to just, for two kinds of people that want just information about marriage, which I'm telling you, because I have not been through what you have been through, you have not been through what I've been through, and the people that actually want help and looking for another source of help or an opinion. I'm looking for those people, and they're hard to find. They're hard to find, again, because I don't advertise well for people to be in here. And I want people in here. Y'all are my brothers and sisters. Believe it or not. And you know what? This is all free. It is all completely free. I may not have the fancy editing and all that stuff, but I can talk, I can bring it. Those other YouTubers, my personality is different from theirs, and I think I'm a lot better than a lot of theirs, the way I talk. Because I will try to be as honest with you as possible. And it is all free. I don't take super chats. I don't take nothing. And not to put the other YouTubers down. Some of them have families, and I understand that they were looking for money and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie. One time I wanted to too, but YouTube says we're not gonna. That was my calling, because YouTube says we are not. No disrespect to YouTube, but YouTube said, and it's a fact, we are not gonna pay you because of your location, just because where I live. Well, you know what? It's all fine and dandy because I have bad luck all through my life, and obviously I'm gonna die poor. But good thing through my Christian faith, when I pass on, the day I die, either I'm in a car accident or I get an illness, I die, I will not be all that sad. As long as I don't suffer so much, I go to heaven and I'm gonna get what I want. Eternal happiness. And if there's any of you that are looking for religion, you can come talk to me. But again, I am not pushing my religion on anybody. I'm just leaving the door open for whoever wants to. If they're looking for a faith or hope, come talk to me, man. And I'm not gonna. I will just tell you what Christianity has to offer, and I'm not gonna push it on you. If you don't want to be a Christian, that's fine. But then that's a good thing. I teach people that want to learn. I'm not gonna force my religion on people that don't want to learn. I'm not gonna waste my time. My faith in Jesus, we're supposed to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna only do it to people that want to learn. And that's usually people hit bottom of the barrel. And that's what it means when there's a time to change in your life. Especially has to do with marriage, because marriage is a really hard thing. It's not easy. So what else can I say about marriage? I mean, that's the main stuff. That's all. That's the main stuff. I know my brain's not working. I wish I could be like all of other people, think of other topics, but that's just my opinion. The main thing is just you gotta love each other. You gotta have compromise. Try to get on each other's good side. Even if it sounds bad, you want something. Compromise. The other one, I would say, the fourth one would be like, if you're at the fourth point would be if you're in your rope, you want to get divorced, or you're living with somebody, you want to leave that person. Especially if, try and make it work for a while. Put up a fight for it, for your relationship or your marriage. Fight for your marriage or your relationship, but the difference is when you have kids, it's a different ball game. You have more of a reason to stay with your spouse. I will bring this up, and I'll probably get in trouble with this. I want to be honest, and hopefully I don't get in trouble with this, and you'll do what I do. I ain't trying to tell you to do whatever you want. But with cheating, I don't put up with it. I don't put up with it. Because me, real quick, it's like it's a big turn off. I deserve better. If you know you're being cheated on 100%, especially, but the thing is, make sure that there's infidelity going on. They're cheating on you. If you're sure, I don't know. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm just saying, in cheating, I don't put up with it. It's like the marriage is over. Because the thing is, I'm usually, or when I was let's put it this way, when I was single, I knew I don't want to say cocky, but I was too good for him. Like, to me, it was always, like, if you cheat on me, it's over. Bye, go away. I will go look for somebody else, you go look for somebody else. It's over. Turn off. But the thing is, I would think that, to tell you the truth, you want the honest truth, even if I think, and I have some evidence, little tiny evidence that person cheated on me, I probably would take off. But, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess it'd be depend on the person. Or if I really like the person, whatever, it's like, I need to see more evidence that it happened or whatever. And it's easy for me because I think, because in my religion, not to bring my religion up again, but it's like Jesus and God, they'll let me know. They will give me good luck and I will find out. And they'll let me know, so it's telling me that they know that Jesus and my God are telling me that this person's not good enough for me, and they will let me know. And if you're an atheist, well, you're just going to have to go and evidence yourself. Hey, man, being Christian ain't that bad. I mean, like, for me, the corruption in the church is the people. It's not my God and Jesus. It just shows that corruption's everywhere, even in the church. Even way back then when Jesus had church and all, they were still getting corrupted. Marriage is not easy. I don't even think it's easy if you're in love with a person, maybe, because it's still going to be hard. I think, to tell you the truth, I mean, like, the only way I could explain it is like when I was single, when I really liked a girl. I mean, I had a crush on this girl like for 10 years when I was in grade school, all the way up to junior high. And I liked her so much. Sometimes I couldn't breathe, and I liked her so much. I liked her so much because I couldn't have her. She didn't like me. And I don't know why. I thought I was a good-looking kid. And, it would be, I mean, it can be dangerous if you're truly in love with somebody. Let's just put it that way. But I know how it is to really be on all of somebody. I think that's a danger to itself. I think it feels good, but that other person doesn't love you back, especially in the same amount of love. I mean, there's gonna be problems, especially if if they cheat on you or something is really gonna go bad. People want to harm themselves when stuff like that happens. So maybe it's good that I've never been in those situations. And I don't know. And I really needed somebody because I felt like my family didn't love me. I'm like, well, where am I going to find love? And I did have some friends, but very few friends. I had best friends, but I lost them. And there was times where I didn't have any friends or any real friends. So I was very lonely. That's why I wanted a girlfriend so much. Because I felt like my family was ignoring me. I was not good at having a lot of friends. And sometimes I didn't have any friends, and I was very lonely. And it's still like that till this day. I'm pretty sure y'all have questions to ask me, stuff like that, and you can ask me in the comments and all that. But this is just my story. I want to hear your story. You can always go on my live streams and talk about it. Right now, I don't know when I'm going to throw a live stream this week. My brother's leaving on Saturday, and I will try to throw a live stream. But I have been throwing live streams on this channel, and people are not joining for some reason. Again, false. I don't know why I keep saying false advertising. I guess I feel like saying it because it sounds cool, false advertising. It's not false advertising. I will throw live streams, and if we ever do a following, we get people in here that are dedicated to the channel. I would throw more live streams. But I need to see to be honest, I need to see people are joining. And I hope you want to join. You want to help me out? Subscribe and like the channel. Wow, I've gone an hour. And I will try if I come up with more topics or information about marriage, especially from mainly from my opinion, my common sense stuff. And tell me, do you think I have common sense or you think I don't have common sense? If I run into, I think it's destiny, or through my religion is like God send you my way if you need help, or you just want information, or you just enjoy watching the content. I'm here for you guys. Seriously, I am. I'm not like other YouTubers saying I love you. I really mean it. I really need friends to love, want friends to love, and I don't know if that sounds selfish, but you get something out of it. I will be there for you, and I'm looking for people, and they're out there, people that need help, and I'm here to help you. That's let's just not be like, oh, Albert, you're selfish about whatever, or I think you're selfish. No, let's I I scratch your back, not literally, but in what do you call it? What's it called? Like, not, don't take it literally. It's just to say, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and be there for each other. Um, I'm glad I made this video, and I hope you guys, whoever's watching this, which I doubt it, nobody is, but I hope you subscribe and like the channel, and let's get this going. It's gonna be a very slow process and stuff because sometimes I have a depression. I don't want to do anything, and hey man, how many YouTubers are gonna admit that to you? And I bring something new to the table. And one more time, I really need subscribers and likes, man. I mean, I only have 17 subscribers, and I appreciate every one of them. But I need more subscribers, and I want more people to join the live streams. And I hope you're seeing this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a beautiful life. You have problems, come look for me, and I will see you in the next one. And this is Alberto. I'm signing off. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Later. Have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.